G'day YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report. Look, it's 18 to 28, so of a night time, yeah, you're laying in bed, it's starting to get a bit warm. I'll have to crank the aircon up soon anyway. But yeah, it's certainly starting to warm up. Today outside there's a bit of, it's a bit overcast and oh look, we're hoping to get a little shower or scud or something. The place is really dry again and the dams are getting almost empty again. But anyway, that's just what we have to do. I was away, no stew last week. I was away down at the niece's wedding, and actually it's my nephew's daughter. And look, we had it at Kangaroo, which is where the Gold Coast is. The Gold Coast is it's a very popular spot in Australia, and it's probably like Los Angeles or something like that, California. Anyway, it's on the coast, and it had huge development back years ago, and it's still going on. And look at, so right up and down the coast there's city. It's you start at one end in this bloody city for miles, but where the wedding was about 30 k's west of there. So at Kangaroo, there's a little town called Kangaroo, and there was O'Reilly's vineyard, and at the O'Reilly's vineyard there, that's where the wedding was. But Judy and I stayed at Kangaroo, and we travelled down on the Friday, and it was the last weekend of school holidays in Queensland, in our state. So it was one of those things, bloody cars everywhere. And heading down there, we were scooting along, just minding our own business, and we left ourselves plenty of time. We were in no hurry, and so off we toodles, heading down the highway. And next thing, there's cars going everywhere, and a car in probably 2 or 3 cars in front of us had some surfboards on the top, and they come off, and so we had to run over one. There was just nowhere to go. It was just brace yourself and run over it. There was 2 lanes of traffic, and with the 2 lanes of traffic I had cars coming the other way, I had cars that side, and I was in the centre lane, and look, you just had to run over it. So we run over that, and so those poor buggers probably had a bad day, but you couldn't stop. It was just almost bumper to bumper traffic, and there was cars going everywhere. So then we get down the road a little bit further on, and the cars, for no good reason, everyone's smoke coming off the tyres, so we're hitting the picks to try and slow down from, you know, we're probably only doing 80, 90 kilometres an hour, and yeah, there's smoke coming everywhere. So rather than hit the car in front of us, which I wouldn't have done anyway, I had enough room, but I pulled off to the left, not to the right a bit, just in case the car behind me needed room, so he didn't run up my arse, and he ended up, yeah, if this was us, he ended up just up the side edge there, so no harm done. And but yeah, bloody traffic give you the shits, wouldn't it? And so look, we went down there, had a great weekend. On the Friday we got there, the wedding was on the Saturday afternoon, so on the Saturday morning, or Friday we got there, then we were talking to the lady at the Kangaroo motel. Nice people. It's an older motel, it's not real flash, but it's clean, and it had everything we needed, and it was right in town. Then over the road there was a service station. Then across the road there was a cafe called the Outpost, it might have been. And it's just a little touristy place, a country touristy place, and man, the motorbikes and the cars and all that come through for the long weekend and pulled up there for a coffee, and I thought, geez, I wonder why they're all turning up here for a coffee. You know, it must be middle of somewhere. But Judy and I went for a few drives, and we soon found out why everyone was there. The little town we stayed at, we were just lucky, and it was, from what we saw anyway, the best place to stay in the whole area, sort of thing. So we got, we were talking to the lady at the motel, and we said, oh, you know, we might go up to the pub for a feed. And I'll just turn this bloody thing off if I can. And who knows? And she said, oh, if you're going up for an evening meal, you probably better go up and book. because of the COVID thing, they can only fit so many people in there, and so yeah, we had so off we goes up to the pub, which I don't mind going to the pub for the afternoon for a quick one, or 2 or 10, and so off we goes up to the Kangaroo Hotel and booked our meal, had a quick beer and come back down again to the motel, and had a bit of a camp after the big drive and a little bit of a walk around the town. And anyway, I went up there for dinner that night, and Friday evenings at country pubs are usually a heap of fun. You get all the tradesmen and all the blokes finished work for the week, and they all head to the pub for a beer and yip-yahoo around for a little bit, and I like that. I fit right in there. And anyway, yeah, we went up there, had 3 or 4 beers and got to know a few of the locals, and went out the back and had a feed, and come back and spent most of the rest of the evening there with the locals, and we had a heap of fun. Wasn't much social distancing going on, but there was some bloody good fun. I got my tooth put back in, and I broke the bloody thing out again, and so I was getting it put in nicely for the wedding, and yeah, stuck in with my super glue gel, but anyway, I broke the bloody thing again, so I'm going to leave it out for a little bit. But look, it was a great weekend. On the Saturday morning, Judy and I, before the wedding, went over to Bow Desert. They had a markets on at Bow Desert, so we shot over there to have a look, just to familiarise ourselves with the area. And then we saw a sign saying car show at Jimboomba, so we found Jimboomba and went to have a look at a car show. And by the time we got back, had a quick camp and went out to the wedding for the afternoon and evening, and probably 10:30, 11 o'clock we were ready to go home. And one of my other nephews was there, and one of my brother-in-laws was there, and so yeah, we took them up to the wedding, and Jude drove us all home, and which sounds fair to me. I drove up, she drove home. That's pretty fair, isn't it, really? But the wedding was about 8 k's, 10 minutes from where we were, so that was good. Then on the Sunday we thought, well, we'll go and have a bit of a look at this scenic rim area again. We'd seen parts of it, but yeah, we went to Boona and round a few places around for a look, but Binnaburra Resort, where the fires were and things like that. And it turns out that Kangaroo, the little town where we just got lucky and stayed, it had the best little eateries and little butcher shops and country shops and all that sort of thing. So we got a bit lucky. So Sunday afternoon, after we went for a drive in the morning, we went for a wander downtown for a look, and I said to Jude, let's go to the pub again. Go and have a few snorts. And so off we went up to the pub, and yeah, had a yarn and had a nice meal again. And come back down, and we thought, we'll go for a walk. And look, they've got this ginger beer, alcoholic ginger beer, 4%. And geez, I took a shine to that stuff. Yeah, it was nice. And but yeah, the town's on a little bit of a hill, not a great one. And we went for a walk up and down and round about. And being on the Sunday evening, yeah, my dicky knee, holy bloody hell, did it play up? And flat sleeping, so I downed a heap of Panadol and got stuck into it. And it's been giving me curry for a week. I've been hobbling around, but I've worked out now. I've been to the doctor with it, but I worked out now that if I straighten my leg out and let it go click, when I was wrecking the 188, I was heave-hoeing on something and the bolt broke, and I fell down on my dicky knee. And I must have broke a bit of cartilage or something in there, because I can actually get it to a place where it's good, it's not hurting, and I can walk around on it. And if I keep my legs straight and take conscious straight steps, I can have it good. But if I sit down and just jump up quickly, I've got to get it all organised again. So it's a pain in the arse. So it hasn't been real good, but anyway, we're home doing stuff at least. And old Kelly dog, when I was a week or two ago, I was mentioning that Kelly dog wasn't real good. She can run up the back with the because she loves coming up the shed here all the time, and she pinches your bloody chair, but she was having trouble hopping up on the chairs, and when she goes to hop off, she was she had no power in her back legs, like she was pushing, and I'd been all over her looking for ticks and things like that, and feeling for sore spots and all that. And anyway, it had been a couple of weeks, and this last week we thought, oh bugger it, we'll take her into the vet and get her checked over properly. You know, she hadn't been for some time, so we thought we'd take her up to the vet, and I just had my 60,000 K service at the doctor's, so so we took Kelly in for hers, and she's 11 years old now, and look, she's going all right, but back years ago, she got hit by a car out the front here. Someone hit her and left her for dead, but I went out to pick her up and carted her back home and put her on the tailgate of the ute, and I could sort of see a bit of a glimmer there. And anyway, she come good, and within half an hour she was sort of half sitting up all groggy, but she'd broken her leg and all that, so we took her into the vet, and $1,100 later, we got old Kelly dog home again. So anyway, so what it turns out to be is just with her old age, it's a bit of arthritis catching up on her, and she's getting joint pain in the back end there. So so she's been quite doughy, really, and not a normal pain in the arse. You always see her sitting here on a chair, but that's after she's chased kangaroos and runs around, so she's fairly active normally, but the spring had gone out of her step sort of thing. So we took her to the vet, and they did blood tests and all that, and blood counts and all that, and look, all that's good. They were worried about liver function, kidney and all that sort of stuff, and that's all good. And anyway, they gave her this anti-inflammatory, so before her evening meal every night, it's in a syringe, and it's just an oral thing, and you just put it down the side of her mouth there and give her a squirt, and she's getting used to it. And they said give her 1 cc of that, and do that for a week, and if you think it's doing any good, drop it back to 3/4. So we thought, okay, we'll try that. So we got this stuff. It's something like $90 for 50 days or something like that. So, and it's something we can just be ongoing with to give her quality of life sort of thing. And so, bloody dog, I gave her some the first night, and I thought, oh, I'll just see how you go. And I come home the next day and she jumped the bloody fence already. Could have kicked her ass. And so look, this stuff's got her going again. She's she's a lot better, and she can hop up on the chair, and she usually jumps on the bottom of her bed, sleeps on the bottom of the bed. She's a pain in the ass, and tries to sit on your legs, but she wasn't even doing that. She couldn't get on the bed, so that was okay. And but anyway, now this I can't even think of the name of it now, but this stuff, this anti-inflammatories, we got her off and racing again. So so Kelly dog's back to normal. I'm almost back to normal, if there ever was such a thing. But I went next Friday, the 16th of October, I'm turning 60, and so I've been to the doctor for my 60,000 K service, I call it, and they said, what do you want to do? And I said, oh, bloody works. We'll get right into it. And so if you remember, I had those chest pains. It turned out to be this reflux thing, but anyway, I've been to a cardiologist to make sure it wasn't my heart, because I've been overweight for years, and they put me on the treadmill, do the stress test and all that sort of thing. And anyway, it turns out the bloke that was running the stress test, his brother works for Vanderfields, the John Deere people in town. So I'm supposed to be on this treadmill walking away, and every 3 minutes they turn her up harder and harder and harder, and they're cranking her up. And I said, how you going? And I said, yeah, good. And my blood pressure was 104 or 100, I think it was 104% of where they wanted it, so they'd got it right up high. And they said, you going all right? And I said, yep. And they said, how's you getting lightheaded? I said, no, feeling good. They said, you got any chest pain? I said, no. And they said, no, you're still talking. And I said, well, some of us are like that, just like a chat. But anyway, we're talking about tractors and the businesses and having a yarn while I was on the stress test, and after probably 15-20 minutes of turning it up all the time, 7 or 8 things, and I was starting to huff a bit, but we're still having a yarn, and they said, oh look, we've seen enough, you're good. And so I had to go back to the doctor last week, and and get my report on everything we did. And I'd been to pathology and they took blood samples and we did the prostate PSA test and the sugar and the cholesterols and the, I told the doctor, I said, just give me the works and just check everything out. Being 60, the wheels fall off some people around there, or even less than that. I've got quite a lot of mates that aren't that old that are on all sorts of stuff, blood thinners and cholesterol tablets and all that sort of thing. So I went to the doctor last week to get my report, and look, we're racing, all good. Yeah, my cholesterol's on the bottom side, my sugar's on the bottom side, liver, kidney function good, prostate's down on number 1, where at my age it can be up to 3.5 or something, so it's right down. So yeah, I'm in good nick apart from my knee. I'm travelling well, so that's a good thing, because you do wonder sometimes. I'm not one to pack up and go to the doctor much. And my left hand ankle, where I got caught in a tractor one time and got my leg all squashed and damaged, well, that ankle swells up a lot. And look, it always has, it's a 30-year-old injury, and if I was crawling around the top of a tractor doing air cons in the cab, well, that night it would always be swollen, but it's swelling a little bit more. Apparently that's just an arthritis thing. Okay, back again. Judy, that was Judy ringing. She'd, we've got 2 shifts at work now, and because of daylight saving in the southern states, we've actually got people starting at 7 in the morning to try and cover, because that's 8 o'clock in the morning down south. The phone just rings and rings and rings. And then if you can't quite get it, you get people leaving shitty emails. You get people saying, I left you an email and you haven't bloody replied. Well, if the phone's just hot, you do the emails when you've got a chance in between the traffic. So, but people get shitty. But yeah, Judy was just ringing because Nick and Ross shut up on Friday, but they'd left all the office lights on upstairs, and all the computers were turned on. They didn't turn any computers off upstairs, and then she's got messages coming up on her computer about syncing with my account, with Lance's account, and so she had to know that. So yeah, so they must have left in a hurry Friday, and Alan, one of our parts blokes, he had a roster day off Friday, and we give our staff roster days off. Once a month they get a day off, and they catch up with any work they want to do, or go fishing, or do what they bloody want to do. Ross was on a roster day off today, on the Monday, but yeah, so with Alan away, and Ross started early at 7, so at 3:30 when whoever starts at 7 can go home at 3:30, and the other people start at 8:30 and go till 5, but I get there early. And but I often go home early. I'm often out of there by 2 o'clock if I've got work to do here. And so anyway, they must have left in a hurry and left all the computers and that on. But I said to Ross on Friday Arvo, I said, you want to go home, mate? I said, you know, you come in early, that's the deal. Come in early, go home early. He said, no, you go. And I said, no, I'm good. You know, I've got no real reason to go home. No, you go. So anyway, after he just didn't want it, and I said, yeah, all right. So off I went, and so I got home at 3 o'clock. Oh no, probably 3:45, 4 o'clock Friday. I left Nicole and Ross to it, and but Ross is on an RDO today, going to the dentist and mucking around. So, but yeah, we got great staff. Yeah, so and how it works is they, with the roster days off, they work an extra 20 minutes every day. You know, the Australian, instead of working 8 hours a day, the Australian working day is 7.6 hours. But in our business, like a lot of times they don't have lunch and things, and we say, well, you know, if you want 2 lunches, have lunches, and if they want 10 cups of coffee a day, it doesn't matter, just bloody have them, and just look after yourself through the day, drink water and all that sort of thing, because sometimes they don't get much of a break. And so, anyway, they're often racing in there today, and the Colorado behind me here, I bought new shockies and put on that, and the intercooler hoses, the clamps, I put big super clamps on at one time, but they weren't quite the right size, and they were just touching, and I could see a little bit of a leak coming on one. So I ordered in some full stainless Bearco clamps, the next size down. Well, bugger me, they wouldn't fit, would they? So in the weekend I raced into the shop there and I bloody grabbed the Sparex ones. They're not full stainless, they're cad plated. And but yeah, the in-between size from Sparex was a different size than the Bearco ones. So anyway, I've got it going. And I had an old catch can on this thing one time to clean the catch can cleans the oil from the crankcase breather before it goes back into the air inlet. And I had a catch can on it one time and I never ever caught anything out of this catch can, and I took it off because I thought it was junk. And but anyway, just recently at 50,000 k's, I've just noticed a bit of a film in the intercooler pipes, you know, where it goes into the intercooler. So there's a little bit of breath coming in there. And so what I've done now, I've put a Western Filters catch can on it. It's a Man Hummel catch can with a filter, and I can drain any excess off to keep the intercooler clean. So we're not getting any oily film going into the whole system. So it's a clean mixture going through. And on the Colorado, the standard intercooler is about so high and so wide. Well, I've put a HPD heavy duty one in that's twice the size. So for towing in that. So I've been doing a lot of fiddling. I've done a 50,000 k service. I still have to do the fuel filters this morning yet. I've put the new back shockies on. I've got to get the wheels on and take it for a run up the driveway and back and let it all settle, then hop under and nip all the bolts up. I've had all the batteries on charge, making sure I've got those C-Tech smart chargers, and now and then I cycle all my batteries through them to give them a good solid hit up. And so I've got to finish that off today. I haven't done anything on the bloody tractors. It's just bloody busier than a bloody mozzie at a nudist farm at the moment, a nudist colony. Just buzzing here and there between jobs. And if you remember way back, my John Deere DX110 lawnmower was running rough and hunting and all that. Well, I booked it in at Harry's Mowers in town there to get it done like months ago now. And they were going to ring me and I had a booking thing, and he said, oh, can you leave it for a bit? So anyway, Brian Block, if you follow Brian, he left me a comment and said, oh, just go to get one of those Chinese carbies and bolt on. So the other day I thought, oh, up this, I'll better do that. So we're coming up to mowing season, so I bought one. It cost me, look, nearly $40, I think it was, Australian dollars. And so on the weekend, on Saturday morning, I had a grandson here, a young fella, so he was helping no end. And so I've serviced the mower and I got that going and put the new carby on, and look, it does run a heap better. Yet, you look at the old carby and the movement in the butterfly is just bugger all. There's just nothing there. But anyway, it's fixed the problem. And my daughter Adele last Wednesday turned 28, and like I say, I'm turning 60 this Friday, and so Jude wanted to have a get together at home yesterday, Sunday, for a barbecue, just a family barbie for our birthdays and all that. Now the old fella's not in, bring mum over and family friends and all that. So I got the mower serviced on Saturday, then I had to hop on it and tidy up around the house and make the place look a bit better with visitors coming. So Saturday was servicing the mower and tidying the place up and sweeping out because we'd been away for a weekend and just tidying up. We had family friends, Sal and Dave, and Sal's mum is over from Goondiwindi, and she's 90 at the end of the month. So we had a bit of a get together here at home yesterday. So that was Saturday written off, Sunday written off. Now it's Monday. I've got to be at work tomorrow, and I've got to finish me ute. For my birthday, Jude said, oh, you want a party and that? And I said, nah, bugger it, I don't want a party. And so what we're doing is, my nephews and myself, and we're just going to go down to Woodgate Beach Caravan Park, the one behind the pub, the hotel caravan park. And yeah, look, we're just going to go down there and just have a resty, relaxy weekend and do bugger all, drink a few beers and just kick back a little bit. And so I probably won't go to work next Friday either. It's bloody hard to get good help. I'm starting to feel a bit lazy. And but yeah, the Friday before when we went to Kangaroo, I didn't go on the Friday. So, but anyway, 3 days a week's plenty in my eyes. but we got a good crew in there, so they cover for us and make sure everything's done. You'll see me fiddling here with this little thing. I bought this the other day. There's a new GoPro out. It's a GoPro Hero 9, and I've been looking at them, and look, the light and all that. I just wasn't sure whether it would be a good thing or not. And anyway, I thought I'd bloody give one a go, and they seem pretty good. And the thing I like about it is you can shake it around like that, and it's got this image stabilisation. So with this camera, with the Panasonic that I'm filming the stew on, with that, if I put it on a tractor and drive around, you get this vibration, and I just can't get it out unless I'm actually hanging onto it with my hand. I can't have that camera mounted on anything. And you know, Judy and I have been watching some four-wheel drive shows and people touring around Australia, and oh look, there's Trip Round Oz, there's Wild Touring, there's just a few that we do like to look at, and Caravanning Oz and things like that, and they walk around, do all the walks in the national parks with GoPros, and they walk along and you don't see the camera going boom, boom, boom per step. They just sort of, away they go. And this new GoPro Hero 9, it's got this image stabilisation, and there's a new lens I'm waiting on to put on it, and it'll keep your horizontal line, so it'll keep your horizon level. So and we watched some tests with it, and people have got the camera like that, and in the film the horizontal, it stays level, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, but when I turn the camera, see, it doesn't turn quickly. So what that does is when we bob around a little bit, it gives you a more stable image, and which is something I was sort of interested in doing. Anyway, I'm still learning to use it. It beeps and carries on with me. And so I've got this new lens. They're out of stock at the moment. Things took off. Apparently the old GoPro you couldn't change the lens, and this one you can. So I've got this this stabilisation lens coming for it, which will be particularly good. Then there's also a media pack that I can put on it, and that gives me the chance to put an extra microphone there and have a nice clear sound bite as well. So I'm fiddling around with that little handle. That's just a floaty handle thing, and if I take it in the boat or something like that, I don't know how we turn the bloody thing on or off much, or oh there, we're powering off. Hey, I'm an expert now. But I also see, like up when I'm doing a bit of lathe work and that, I've got brackets on the wall for the Lumix, and I'm going to buy a little adapter kit for the GoPro and make little adapters just so I can sit it here and there and bug around a bit more. And sometimes if you want to get a photo down in the engine bay or something like that, it'll probably be easier with that. So anyway, they were best part of $700 or something like that. So yeah, that's just a backup camera for just I can find other little jobs, and I can actually see I can see the monitor on this camera here, and it's a bit darker. Then when I hold the GoPro out, it actually lightens it up somehow. So there's less adjustments on the GoPro, which is probably a bloody good thing for me. But anyway, we'll see how all that goes. And so today I don't know if there's going to be much tractor work. Well, actually there's not going to be any. I've got to finish the Colorado, I've got to put the fuel filters on yet, put the grill panel back in where I've been cleaning the intercooler, put the wheels back on, and because I've got to rotate them around, I like to do that and check all my suspension mounts and do the fuel filters. And next Friday, yeah, we're hooking the caravan up, so I've got to go and make sure the tyre pressures on the caravan are good. all that sort of thing. And I'm going to head off on the Friday morning down there, and I've got a powered site booked, and yeah, we'll head down there, and then Judy will leave from there. It's only about 50 k's away. Judy's going to leave from there Monday morning and go to work, and I'll pack the camp up and bring it all home. So Kelly Dog's coming. We're allowed to have old Kelly Dog there. So yeah, so so this week, just bloody buzzing around and trying to get everything organised. But I'm not getting any tractor time just at the moment, but we'll just see how it goes. The Triton, my white Triton, I've got a fridge in the back, and it's got no solar panel or that on it. So when you park it for a couple of days, you've got to turn the fridge off or run a battery charger in, or run the fridge on 240 volt power. So the other day I bought a solar panel, just 110 watt for the back of the Triton, and I need to hook the regulator and all up in there, just to keep the auxiliary batteries charged up. And then we have like a fridge in most vehicles and all that sort of thing. So there you go. But look, that's about it this week. There's nothing exciting happening. I'm just flogging along, bloody trying to get my vehicle serviced. Now, while we went away on the weekend, the Triton just clicked over 20,000 kilometres. So when the Colorado goes off the hoist, probably today, the Triton will probably come in. And even if I just get an engine oil and filter done on the Triton, that'll probably do it just for the moment before we go away next weekend. So yeah, so between servicing Colorado, servicing lawn mowers and servicing Tritons, well, and mowing lawns, and just one of those weekends. And next weekend we'll be away, so but I should be back on the Monday, so I might be able to do it, you know, get a stew happening on the Monday, just see. But I doubt there'll be much tractor stuff again, and I'm pretty sure. Well, Jude was saying, she says, "Oh, we're just busy. Like we had a weekend away, then we had one at home, then one away, then one at home, then the next one away, and you just get nothing done." Well, not the normal, but the doctor tells me with my knee I should rest up a bit. He says, "Oh, when you're fixing tractors, you're up there standing up," and I said, "Oh, a lot of times I'm sitting down." He says, "Oh, well, I probably need to give it a bit of a rest, because what fired it up was all the walking that I did last weekend, and we did quite a bit of it." And so he's telling me I've got to rest up a little bit, but anyway, I don't think that'll probably happen. And oh, Panadol Osteo is a wonderful thing. And so yeah, we'll just see. But next weekend I'll see. I think from what I hear, or Jude saw it somewhere, that when we're away at Woodgate next weekend down at the beach, there's a land yacht meeting or something like that. You know, where the blokes get on they got a sail like a yacht, and they've just got the wheels and they scoot along. And so apparently they're having another meeting there or something like that. So apparently the caravan park's full. Yeah, so yeah, must be something going on there anyway, at least. So yeah, we'll see. But look, that's it. Not a lot of content, just a bit of a yarn, a bit of a catch up on what we're doing up here in our Bundy Bear's shed. And yeah, look, I'll be at work this week, and then next week we'll be away again. So not much is going to happen, you can bet on that. But look, I'll catch up. I'll probably do a stew next week. I've got to, surely I can get a bit of time in. If I come back from being away and unpacking, well, then you've got to wash the cars and all that sort of thing. So anyway, we'll see. But look, thanks for dropping by, everyone. We'll catch up next week, and yeah, look, have a good week, and yeah, stay safe. See yous.